Tzu Chi volunteers from Taiwan and more travel to Tainan to provide emotional support for quake survivors. And volunteers continue their care of Zheng Dageng, the man who suffers from a severe movement disorder in China. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. In the aftermath of the February 6th earthquake in southern Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers across the island mobilized to offer their services. Among the tasks given in the hard-hit zones, Tzu Chi volunteers took it upon themselves to ensure the portable bathrooms around the service stations are clean. Although this job is dirty and messy, the volunteers know it is just as important as any other task given in the mission of providing spiritual support in this time.
Not fearing the mess, a group of Tzu Chi volunteers are scrubbing the portable toilets in the quake-torn areas.
Every service station is filled with volunteers ready to serve and fill in where tasks are needed to be done. We don't distinguish who does toilet cleaning.
No matter if it's in cleaning or providing care, we're ready to lend assistance wherever it's needed. We happily take on the tasks.
Adding eco-friendly enzymes into the water, volunteers use the solution to give the floor a good scrubbing. When the garbage container is filled, volunteers remove the trash.
We sincerely pray that each disaster survivor can restore their lives to normal as quickly as possible.
Harboring sincere wishes, Tzu Chi volunteers give selflessly and hope their little gestures will leave a good impression.
More on Tzu Chi's quake relief in Taiwan. Recently, hundreds of volunteers with experience in disaster relief poured into Tainan to offer local residents comfort while conducting disaster surveys. Dr. Jian Shouxin also arrived at the disaster zone to assess what kind of follow-up the medical assistance local residents may need. Entering the quake-torn areas, Taichung Tzu Chi Hospital Superintendent Dr. Jian Shouxin visits Tainan to cheer on rescue workers and disaster victims' family members. Dr. Jian also brought 700 bottles of essence oil with them to hand out to help relieve stress.
Many of the family members could, for example, have trouble dealing with their emotions. They haven't slept well in a few days. There is a need for a mobile clinic to assist local residents with their medical needs. This is what we will arrange with TIMA in the days ahead.
Tzu Chi volunteers also visit residents that live near Ground Zero to see if they need some assistance.
A grandson of my husband's sister-in-law is buried over there, a victim of Weiguan. He was 8.
Lending a listening ear to ease the residents' chaotic hearts, volunteers don't forget to ask them to join them in garnering blessings. This mission to provide emotional support has moved hundreds of Tzu Chi volunteers from all areas. They separate into 32 teams and visit a total of 367 households in districts of West Central, Eastern, Guizhen, Rende, and Yujing. Besides surveying damages to homes, volunteers are concerned about whether students can return to school without problems.
The earthquake was powerful, but I personally didn't feel the effects as much as I did in the 9/21 earthquake. I was quite surprised to see how much devastation there was. I just want to do my share to help, even if it's just companionship. I feel better knowing I've helped.
Providing care like a mother would, Tzu Chi volunteers hope to comfort disaster survivors' mind and help them restore their lives to normal as quickly as possible. Moving to North America, with the alarming news of the earthquake in Taiwan just before the Lunar New Year's, Tzu Chi volunteers in Canada and the United States used their annual Chinese New Year celebration as an opportunity to gather donations and blessings for earthquake victims. In preparation for a Chinese New Year's bake sale, volunteers in the Tzu Chi Dallas chapter have been getting ready for the past 2 weeks. The original feeling of excitement and joy in welcoming the Lunar New Year was unfortunately dampened by the news of the earthquake in Taiwan. However, volunteers were not deterred. Instead, they redoubled their efforts.
2 days before the Lunar New Year, the large quake hit Taiwan. It was sad news for everyone, but we were already planning the bake sale, so we knew right away what we would use the donations for.
On the day of the bake sale, volunteers led prayers for victims of the earthquake in Tainan. Many people present were moved to offer donations.
感恩你，好，感恩你，感恩，要不要再带一个回去？要不要带一个回去？好，要好啊，你要做好事哦。这样台南那个地震，你有一份哦。
What I heard about on the way down here last night, the earthquakes in Taiwan and the need for people there. So it can go on to someone else who's in need.
The news that this year's Volunteers Bake Sale was raising money to send to Taiwan's earthquake victims was met with great generosity by those already looking forward to the bake sale.
Tzu Chi's bake sale is really meaningful. Just as the earthquake happened, they were already planning the bake sale. Now it's a perfect opportunity to help out the victims.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Vancouver, Canada were also saddened by the news from Taiwan. They used their annual banquets as an opportunity to pray for the victims.
Taiwanese people have a traditional belief that you shouldn't visit hospitals during the Lunar New Year holidays. But Tzu Chi volunteers are there, also at the mortuary. This really shows the sincere and loving spirit that we want to share.
Even when volunteers are living in distant places, their heart is never far from Taiwan, and the love of Tzu Chi volunteers crosses all boundaries. As Tzu Chi volunteers, one of their main missions is inspiring people's compassionate hearts. Tan Pek Hoon of Malaysia inspires people to become donating members with her sincerity as well as her perseverance.
Be it visiting a kindergarten or the office of an elementary school. She is a Tzu Chi volunteer, Tan Pek Hoon. She's neither an educational inspector nor a borough chief. But she often visits households, schools, and shops.
I come to collect the donations of September and October. This is your receipts. Thank you. Thanks.
As Master Zheng Yen called on the volunteers in Malaysia to recruit 1 million donating members, Tan Pek Hoon started to recruit people around her to be donating members.
I told everyone that my goal was to recruit 500 donating members and asked if they'd like to be one of them, and everyone was happy to join.
Many teachers think the amount of donation won't cause any stress, so they're happy to donate money.
When she asked if I can be her donating member, I had no doubt to say yes. I've known about Tzu Chi, so when she invited me to be a donating member, I thought it's a good deed to do.
To inspire love and compassion in more people, Tan Pek Hoon continues to recruit more members to help the needy.
We begin the second part of our program with our report on Tzu Chi 50th anniversary series. Today we take a look at how Tzu Chi's medical mission turned 2 patients' lives around in China. Both from Xiamen, Chen Tuanzhi and Yang Xiaodong underwent corrective surgeries successfully at the Hualien Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan. After receiving Tzu Chi's assistance, the 2 have also taken steps to pay the love forward.
Despite being born with a deformity, she was able to start a new life. Facing the surgery with courage, Chen Tuanzhi, who suffers from congenital genital recurvatum since birth, could not walk properly for 26 years. One of the 3 people in the world to suffer from this rare deformity, her knees were bent at more than 130 degrees.
我们要做分别
We need to perform surgeries to readjust the angles by 130 and 160 degrees, which is a major corrective surgery. Very few doctors will perform surgeries to readjust such large angles.
Towards the end of 2013, Zheng Dageng came from Fujian, Xiamen to seek treatment at Tzu Chi Hospital in Taiwan. After 3 corrective knee surgeries, Chen could finally extend her legs. Then the medical team had to perform triple arthrodesis and Achilles tendon lengthening to treat her clubfoot.
I went into the operation room with a smile but came out frowning. After the 3rd surgery, I cried because the pain was too much to bear.
During this painful process, Dr. Chen Yinghe put Chen's mind at ease as he worked with the medical team to give Chen the chance to walk properly.
I trust the superintendent, so I am not afraid.
She will recover better with rehabilitative devices. As her doctor, I am also eager to know her conditions after the surgeries. So I am here to show her how she can undergo rehab.
Hello.
From living with deformity with tears to standing on her feet, Chen can now foresee a better future.
会当他得到大医王啊，这样的不只是疗治好他的身体，其实最重要是疗治好他的心理。
Mr. Zheng Yan is referring to him, Yang Xiaodong. Due to ankylosing spondylitis, Yang Xiaodong was curled up in a fetal position for 19 years and retreated into his own world, afraid of outside contact.
He behaves this way when people come to visit. He doesn't want to see them.
Yang's spine and hip joints became warped by 200 degrees total. With the help of government officials in Xiamen and Tzu Chi volunteers, cross-strait medical teams collaborated to bring him hope. Standing tall, Yang is now working at his first job at a Taiwanese businessman's food factory. With smiles and confidence, he looks like a different person. Meanwhile, Chen Tuanzhi is also living a new life. The 2-hour bus ride to work is not easy for Tuanzhi, who cannot stand nor sit for long. To help support her family, Chen is now working at Lianhua Hospital in Xiamen.
你要体检是吗？这边写2次，然后填一下电话就可以。
就是一个小菩萨。
She is a bodhisattva, bringing positive energy to every person around her.
正能量的东西。
What inspires us the most is her determination and optimism.
Tuanzhi also donned on Tzu Chi's volunteer vest to be on the giving end, bringing positivity to other people in need.
你也听？
不会讲话，不会啦，有在写着讲。
我的路不平坦，纵然还有一点难，我的泪混着汗水随风干，我的心不平凡，挫折让我更坚强，因为我的名字叫勇敢。
We We previously brought you the story of Zheng Dageng from Fujian, China, who has suffered from dystonia and myoclonus for more than 20 years. Zheng sought medical treatment at Tzu Chi Hospital in August of 2015. Later, he continued his rehabilitation at the Futing Hospital for 2 months. Now that he is ready to return home, Tzu Chi volunteers asked a handyman to upgrade his home with safety installations to ensure he will get the needed support in and around his house.
The volunteers carefully measured the size of the bathroom in preparation for installing bath safety products ahead of Zheng Dageng's return to home. Although Zheng's mobility has improved, he still needs to grab bars to prevent slips as he stands or squats. The volunteers even consider installing grab bars in the kitchen. The volunteers have also brought a handyman from another township. Following the advice of a doctor at Futing Hospital, the volunteers help install safety products over the course of 2 days. As Zheng continues his rehabilitation, he will get the needed support in and around the house thanks to the new installations.
Next, we meet a student from Tzu Chi Kindergarten in Kedah, Malaysia, who has kept a vegetarian diet for the past 3 years. Her determination and effort in this endeavor has really impressed her parents. Let's now take a look at this wise little girl.
Tzu Chi's kindergarten in Kedah, Malaysia has been encouraging children to eat vegetarian. A girl, Li芊穎, has done that for 3 years. I used to like eating shrimp, but now I don't. I like to eat vegetables now. I don't like shrimp anymore because her baby won't be able to find her. She eats vegetarian in kindergarten, but at home she is filial to her parents, so she won't directly say no to meat. If we put meat or chicken on her plate, she would always tell us that she's full. But later I found out that she doesn't want to eat meat. That's why she said that.
She used to get ill often. Now she eats vegetarian, and I haven't heard that she has any health problems. No cold or cough. She is very healthy. So I think eating vegetarian is good.
She eats vegetarian to protect lives, which deeply impressed her parents. Though little, she has shown wisdom in what she does. I'm Li Qianying. I like to eat vegetables and fruits. I love the earth and animals. Eating vegetarian is good for health.
Hualien District Agricultural Experiment Station is encouraging restaurants to use local foods by promoting cooperations between local restaurants and farmers. This partnership will ensure freshness and safety of food delivery while reducing carbon emission. All in all, it will protect the earth while providing customers with fresh, delicious food.
Chen is harvesting vegetables on his own farmland for making salad.
These are butterhead lettuces. All the vegetables we grow here will be used to make salad.
Chen and his wife run a bed and breakfast together. When preparing meals for their guests, most of the ingredients they use come from their own farm or other local farmers, so they can be sure of their quality.
I think freshness of the foods is the most important thing. And because I grow them on my own farmland, I can harvest fresh produce whenever I need to.
Chen's business model is in accord with HDARES's policy of promoting the use of locally produced foods.
Consumers often can't see the point of using local foods. Experts suggested that promoting local foods through local restaurants can get the point across more quickly.
Encouraging restaurant owners to use local foods can also reduce carbon emissions produced by transporting them, so it is also an environmentally friendly practice.
在地的一个农产品，经由这个在地的餐厅。
Local residents using local foods to prepare meals for their consumers can actually reduce carbon emissions and protect the environment.
从自己做起。
By setting an example myself, I'm able to protect the land and do something for it.
去养护这一块地。
Harvesting the vegetables and preparing the salad took less than 30 minutes. After sprinkling some nuts and cheese on the top of it, this bowl of salad is ready to be served. Restaurants that use local foods enable consumers to protect the earth while enjoying delicious meals.
Father Yves Morel of France has been living in Taiwan for over 50 years and has been helping the underprivileged in Yuli, Hualien. In addition to helping the residents of Anders' home for the mentally challenged, he also assists the unemployed gain financial independence by having them making bamboo brooms and repairing secondhand electronic appliances. Let's take a look at this incredible father's work in Hualien.
Put a short one in the middle and at the front, then the second one and the third one. The third one is the longest.
Cutting the branches into the right length is the first step in making bamboo brooms. 67-year-old Mr. Liu has been working here for over a year. He used to be an alcoholic, but Father's most encouragement helped him quit drinking and return to a normal life.
The father is very nice. The brooms we make must be of high quality, as this will make him very happy. This is our way of helping him. He has been helping us, so we help him in return.
76-year-old Father Yves Morel has been helping people in Italy for a long time. His church creates job opportunities to help the needy by letting them make bamboo brooms. That way, they can learn some skills and become independent. The father believes that people can change their lives as long as they are willing to try.
Even though they had complicated lives in the past, I still believe everyone has the potential to live a new life. If he can't do it alone, we just need to stand by his side and help him.
60-year-old Mr. Chen injured his left hand 15 years ago. Since then, he had been having problems finding a job. After he came here 3 years ago, he became responsible for repairing second-hand electric appliances. This job enables him to make good use of his skill. Working at this warehouse also fulfilled his dream of opening an electric appliance store.
I have faith in this organization. That faith is what drives me in my job. I also want to help the kids in the Anders home.
The adults who work here all share the same faith. They donate part of the income they earn from selling bamboo brooms and second-hand items to the recycling station of the church to help the children in the Anders home. Thus, the jobs given to them also become an opportunity for them to give back with love.
To celebrate the Lunar New Year's in China, volunteers held a festive event at the Tzu Chi Suzhou grounds. Among the event goers is a centenarian who lived nearby. She was accompanied by her loved ones as they quite enjoyed Tzu Chi's friendly atmosphere. We will leave you with these images at the end of the program. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.